Good evening, everyone. So I have a little quick video I wanted to do today about something that arrived in the post from nowhere else but Japan. So ended up ordering through a contact a 6-pack of the Space Marine Heroes 3 set. Which was released, I believe, on Saturday. So I'm amazed at how quickly they arrived. Really, I was just sort of flabbergasted. So, I should be receiving my Battlefleet Gothic fleet from Hungary very soon. So that's very exciting. Anyway, back to these boys, these chubby boys, tronk lads. So yeah, these are a set of 6 miniatures. These ones along here, the sort of mystery boy who's sort of like a champion, I suppose. The irony, of course, of them being called heroes. Are they heroes to Nurgle or Chaos? Who knows? So, either way, you have 6 really lovely miniatures that come in the set, and I'm going to do a quick sort of video going through each of the sprues. We'll get up nice and close. Hopefully, the macro will do its work. I've also got this boy as well. We've got a bit of zoom out. So yeah, this chap who is what exactly? I suppose he's like a sorcerer, and this will come in super handy. I've had a look over the sprues since receiving them, and in actual fact, there's a huge amount of potential with the model. So I have the need to build another squad of 10 tactical marines for my Death Guard, just to actually, start securing objectives more effectively, I suppose. But also to beef out the force a bit, as I've got all these other bits and bobs that need doing in addition. And I can probably do a little video as well, as I intend to actually release this on YouTube. But I'm doing another video of what I've got in the queue, and I'm always game for feedback from you guys. So if there's anything that I've done but not followed through with that you'd like to see me finish, just always feel free to comment, and that is on any social media platform. All right. So, but yeah, this guy I shall leave till last. It's actually quite an impressive box. You can see the contents here, so you get plenty of paints. So enough paints, in fact, to paint this dude. And a paintbrush as well, which is handy. All right, and all these little boxes as well contain little cards with information on the individual plague marines. So, but my Japanese is non-existent, so we'll see about that maybe one day. But yeah, this chap would be a beautiful model to convert as well. So I guess we will start with probably my least favourite. So. It's the guy with the plague. I don't know if it's called like a plague spitter or something along those lines. What is nice to know is that they've followed the tradition with these sprues, as they have previously with other Space Marine heroes like 1 and 2, in that they all have 2 heads, which is super handy. And they all have the moulded bases, which work really well, and some of them have beautiful detail, which will come in extremely well in sort of underhive stuff. So this one has these little sort of fungal growths, which tie in with the fungus that it has growing on its shoulder pad there as well, which is pretty cool. And what's quite nice is that they each come with a little nurgling boy, a little chubster there, rub his belly for luck, and or typhoid. But I'll probably be chucking a few of these in the direction of James Fenelon, or the Vampirian Forge. He's a top lad, and he's doing a little Nurgle Blood Bowl team. So he wants to collect like very few and far between rarities, as it were. So yeah, plenty planned. I mean, a lot of it you'll see doesn't really need an awful lot of attention. So just remove the detail from the belly plate there. Maybe clean up, take this tentacle away, and maybe clean this gunk up there as well. You've got these little sort of drops, if you will. Otherwise, the armour, it's I've got plenty of the belly plate already, and you've got the nice sort of solid, like extra fucking Mark III there. So, and on the back, it's just clean as a whistle, basically. It's a little bit to clean up at the top there, but that's about it. So, not bad overall, but just I wouldn't use this at all. I have zero need for this in my life. So there we go. But the backpack could be handy for my planned heavy flamer marines. So we'll see how that goes. So on to the next. We've got this chap here who, when he's set up on the base, he's sort of leaning back into the throw. So he's got a really nice hand holding a sort of stick bomb jobby there, and the other hand is holding the pin. It's pretty cool. He's got a bandolier of crack grenades on his chest, which is pretty cool. Especially since I managed to snag some parts from the Primaris Raven Guard kit, which has a right hand holding a crack grenade, which is pretty awesome. Heads, just gribbly as hell. I mean, I don't know if you can zoom in on that. See how, yeah, just unpleasant. Could do quite nicely for some sort of Xenos race potentially, or a conversion for something for Necromunda. And then you've got that classical Plague Marine head, not bad. What's interesting is that you also get a bolter in this one, which is just multi-part bolter. Just slap that in there. Oh god, just knocked over a dreadnought. That's no good. I'm sorry, tender boy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then backpack again. This guy just loves the crack. 5 crack grenades, dude. Slow down, okay. Even more here. Just 4 crack grenades on the base, and there's even a little nurgling with 2 more. Okay, so this dude has 11 crack grenades at his disposal. Do you think he could take out super heavy? Maybe if you chuck them all in an open hatch at once, potentially, but who knows. But there we are. So that's number 2. Oh, so I'll do him last, I think, of these 6. So we could do the Bannerbearer. Pretty cool model. You've got some really nice details. You know, they've obviously really gone to town with a lot of the stuff here, which is great. You've got these this leech creature here, which is pretty weird. That could be quite useful in Necromunda. The base as well. Look at these. This is just sort of really horrific terrain. You can imagine walking along the surface of like the plague planet, and just having this, you're just so hideously disquieting. The head is pretty cool as well. So that, again, you could use maybe for Xenos or for some sort of Chaos champion for sure. That would be pretty awesome. I'm just going to plug in my battery. This is how prepared I was. I thought the preparation levels have been okay so far, so there we go. So let's hope that this doesn't get dragged down. Anyway, sorry, let's resume. So they all come with backpacks as well. Some in Mark III. This has got a nice amount of damage on it. You could quite easily take away that tentacle there, and probably the 3 stars as well, because that's a little bit too Black Legion for my liking. Again, you can see the back here. It's just super, super clean, all right? And you could probably end up adding a different section to the bottom there, and maybe replacing the banner top. It's, again, a little bit too chaotic. I mean, you've got this extremely pug-looking nurgling there. It looks quite sweet, actually. But yeah, so it looks a bit like Ludo from Labyrinth, but there we go. Pop something else like a chaos, Death Guard icon from something a little bit more pertaining to the 30k aesthetic. Those bits could come in handy though. They look a little bit like some sort of is it Phosphex? I don't know. Rag grenades, that's the one. Okay, so number 3. Okay. Number 4. Who's this boy? Okay, this is the one with the pretty rad looking bits here. Like a sort of flail, I suppose, plague flail. You've got this little angry looking chap here as well. He looks ready to rumble. The head on this one's pretty cool. Again, a little bit more like a fucked up Space Marine, sort of in scale as well. Really nice backpack. Again, these are always a massive fan of this style. I think I've given my apothecaries the same. Just a bit more menacing, a bit more sort of maybe unnecessary sort of detail ornamentation to the backpack there. But there we go. Some interesting little included berry style studs. Extremely handy weapon arm because you could change that into a thunder hammer or whatever you want. I mean, this entire series is actually really good for sort of sergeant models, just from the arms alone. So, and then you've got the actual flail itself and a really handy just separate blade knife. Again, you don't even have to use it in this with these models at all, really. There we go. So that is number 4. Again, just wanted to really quickly illustrate just how little conversion these models really need. So actually a perfect opportunity for you to try and use the techniques that I've used previously to try and improve your knife skills and maybe a little bit of work with putty, and it really, you'll see how quickly it comes along. I shouldn't really ignore the bases, should I? You've just got so much character in each of them. So obviously he's been flailing a bit too hard. He's been flogging the dolphin too hard, and one of them just snapped off there entirely, which is just an absolute disaster. But there we go. Right, on to the 5th. Right, who is this one? I think it's just a standard bolter boy, getting ready to have some fun. So again, let's start on this one where we finished off on the last. So the legs, again, not anything on there, just battle damage. That's all. Okay. You got, oh, hang on, a little lad here. He's holding onto a horn that flips into his shoulder pad. So this guy has got a little bit more blessing than just a standard boy, I suppose. Again, I'd probably remove that skull detail and the external pipes on the leg. The bell maybe could remain. We'll see how that goes. The shoulder pad there, that whole arm is pretty cool. I mean, you could just have him as a chap with like a flamer or something. That could be quite awesome. The base, just skulls and maggots, and some spent bolter casings there as well. And then part of his shoe. So you'd have to really sort of use a fine saw to get rid of that off the bottom. So you could just plug it in as required. Again, pretty standard sort of plague marine head. And then, ooh, that's pretty cool. His entire jaw is exposed. Now, that would be a very nice piece of kit to have in a conversion for maybe something for my militia later down the line. So we'll see how that goes. And then of the 6, we have the I don't know if it's called Aspiring Champion, but we have this chap. Really, really nice piece of kit here. The body, again, you've got the standard Death Guard Legion symbol. Just fantastic stuff there. So extra detail on the legs. I would be tempted to keep those arrows actually, but always welcome your thoughts. Obviously, I'd have to cut all this external detail here off, just double belly mouth, in fact, and then fill that in with milliput mixed with green stuff, and then smooth it all over. The sword arm, just remove the hand, or just remove the details from the sword. I mean, it's always handy to have one of these. You could keep the detail on the van brace there. I mean, this guy could look pretty badass with a range of different weapons, I suppose. And then we've got, again, the back, nothing. Not a bean cloak though, which is pretty cool actually. Actually, really, really rather nice, especially with the detail going through there of that little cylinder. Very, very nice indeed. Deep backpack, just a bit pants really. I'm not a huge fan. You've got this weird dude here. I just don't know what he's doing, but he's trying to have a good time. He's just chugging along. Anyway, and you got this chap here who's got some kind of vacuum device for sucking in maggots. Very strange. That is rather bizarre. Either way, very, very nice. Oh, I see. You've got the hose on the base. That's crazy. Okay, right. This is far too detailed for for me right now. And then you've got two heads helmet there, with the standard sort of Death Guard spike on the top, and then the head itself. So that's a pretty cool head, actually. Pretty gribbly. Use it in a range of different things and conversion ideas. So, right. So the pièce de la résistance, I suppose you could say. It's always time to zoom out with this piece of kit coming into view. You'll see a little snippet of how hideously messy my table is. But there we go. So let's open this bad boy up. Right. So what do we get? Incidentally, I spent 13,500 yen for these together. So it's something about £106, including postage, which obviously is worth it because it arrived in the blink of my eye. Okay, so we've got this lovely book here, instructions. Oh, how exciting! Right, so we've got a lovely artwork here. Piece of artwork with Primaris Chad's Blood Angels versus sort of, I love that meme anyway, the sort of wimpy boys. And then you've got the squad, the full complement of 7, obviously 7 being the sacred number of Nurgle. But yeah, so you've got the 7 guys here looking like they're ready to push some shit in. But yeah, very nice indeed. Very lovely paint jobs all round. Cannot read. Okay, so you've got the bio page here. So you've got the little spiel on each character. I believe that's probably a quote. And I think it's translated into Chinese as well. It's simplified Chinese. Again, my Chinese isn't so great. Spoken isn't too terrible, but actually written is pretty dire. But I can order duck. But there we go. So that's the main Sork dude who we're going to wait to have a look for in a second. There's this boy here. Then onto the icon bearer. Pretty cool artwork as well. Quite like that. The actual layout is really cool. Flamer dude. And then the grenade boy. The guy that has a massive penchant for crack grenades. And then lastly the little bolter mook at the back. They're very cool there. All of them have superb poses. Just a real nice boon to us Death Guard players. So, before I reveal that, we'll just have a look into the box. So you get a full range of paints. To get 12 altogether. Really quite good. A lot of these I have already, so I'll just go through them super quick. So you've got Reichland Flesh Shade. Oh God, there we go. Abaddon Black. Mournfang Brown. Balthazar Gold. Death Guard Green. Lead Belcher. Rakarth Flesh. Screaming Skull. Nilak Oxide. So Deathworld Green. Nurgling Green. Oh, that's handy. I don't actually have that one. Dawnstone. I probably have about 4 pots of that. And finally Agrax Earthshade. And you've got a standard starter brush. It's not going to be anything special. It'll probably come in handy for using weathering techniques, because I don't want to wreck good brushes with that. So, right, so here's the sprue for this guy. The bases come a little bit loose, so we'll have to bear with the flopping. So you've got this beautiful body here. Beautiful body. Right. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this excellent body, just sort of inexorably walking. I mean, he's actually got a leg up. So you guys all know how much I love to do that kind of stuff with my sort of hero models or models of character. He's got this extra detail on the front there. That's pretty cool. I could always try and make some sort of console choice that would be a little bit more esoteric. Got this little fly dude here as well. Very cool just to add to other stuff. Not a huge fan of the actual scepter or staff, but I could always use that down the line. It's always useful to have bits that you can apply and use. The backpack is a rather ornate, so I'd probably end up actually just taking these wings and saving them for when I do my Dark Mechanicum in earnest, if you will. But the two heads are particularly cool. So, let's not forget this actually. His sorcery or his spell casting hand. Very easy to just remove that. Pop something else in there instead. The heads though, very very cool. So you've got this sort of snarling dude here. Doesn't look very happy with his lot in life. He looks a bit like Venger from the cartoon Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if any of you remember that. Shout out if you remember Venger. And then you've got this one here with the chainmail over, like obfuscating or covering half of his head there, half of his face. But he's got you can tell he's got jowls. He's got sort of plague marine jowls. So, but there we go. So that was a sort of quick run through of the 7 characters. Extremely pleased to have gotten hold of that box. And I will definitely have to start chewing over ideas as to how I want this squad to be arrayed, etc., etc. Really tempted to magnetize and have maybe some special weapons in there, or run them as vets potentially in some games. So I'm no stranger to the magnet now, and if you are, you should definitely convert, in my opinion. But there we go. So thanks a lot for watching. Please leave any comments. If you enjoyed the video, if you wanted to see something different or whatever, and yeah, I'll see you soon.